All right, good morning. Just thinking about a few things here that's going on in the news right now. One of those things is Facebook's founder, Mark Zuckerberg, saying that he wanted to come out with the next phase, basically, of virtual reality, social media, online contact, and all those other things. And really what he's doing is just admitting to the plan, that Facebook has. We all know that Facebook's been spying on all of us forever. We sign up to be spied on. We all know that. I mean, I'm not fooled by any of that. I understand exactly what I'm getting myself into with Facebook, for sure. But it's interesting to note, though, that he's coming out and just basically saying that he wants to use like mind control techniques. They've already been doing it with predictive programming and things like that. They've been using programming to try to get to people, to try to get you where they want you to be, to buy certain things and everything else like that. So it's already been happening for a while. But now they're moving into this, they bought Oculus Rift and they're moving into this virtual reality thing. And really what it is, it's this escape from reality. I don't know if you realize this or not, but most people online are pretty much not the same when you meet them in public. I have found that more fakes and phony people can hide out online and on Facebook and on different things than they can anywhere else. When you meet people in person, you talk to them, you deal with them on a daily basis. This is all like escape from reality. They want to make it so basically there is no more reality. Your reality is whatever you make it online, whatever you create yourself to be online, this persona, whoever you are, that's who you're going to be. And it couldn't be furthest from the truth. It's basically a bunch of people living in fantasy land that don't deal with reality and don't deal with real life issues. And, there's real life people out there and everything else. So you don't know who these people are online, all over the place. We don't really know anybody until we really meet them and talk with them and spend time with them, anything like that. We don't really know who they are. And Facebook is further building that platform up for that by this virtual reality, this Oculus Rift, and everything else. I mean, this new thing that they're doing, it's really strange. But even Mark Zuckerberg, he wants mind control. He wants you to be able to take mind control, to take your mind and control things, and Facebook to be the platform to do that. He wants to merge the man with the machine. He is pushing the singularity. That's really what he's pushing. He's pushing this singularity of merging man with machine, which is going to bring on the Antichrist. It's going to bring on his kingdom. It's going to bring on that merging together with that. Ray Kurzweil talked about the singularity. Ray Kurzweil has talked about, they asked him if there was a God, and he said not yet, because he planned on creating one. And, we've talked about this in Google's gospel, and Google and the Fourth Kingdom, and all those other things. You can see those OPBC onlines on YouTube. I believe that new one's on YouTube. It's coming. That one's coming. But my sermon on the Google gospel is on there. The replacement gospel there. You can listen to that one. But anyway, the point is that what's going on right now with him, he's admitting he wants telepathic power. He wants to be able to use software to produce this telepathic power to where telepathically you can control. You can control everything through your mind. What is that? That's being a god. They want to make you a god. And they want to be gods, and they want to make gods. It's just like Genesis chapter 3 all over again. Ye shall be as gods. And that's the promise. Pastor Mike Hoggard talks about that in his Singularity series that he did, which is very good. He did a few years ago. He was ahead of the curve when it came to that, in talking about that. But it's technological witchcraft, like he says. That's exactly what it is. But they're moving into where basically it's not going to be enough for you to have these cell phones. They want it to be in you. Mark Zuckerberg said this. He wants to merge your mind with the machine, with the beast, with the system. So telepathically you can control everything, and they can control you. Do you understand that? Once your mind is merged with that, I believe you're taking that mark once you do that. Once you get to that point, to that beast controls your mind and you implant that into your mind, you're done. You're pretty much done. And that's what that's what that Oculus Rift and everything else, that's what all that virtual reality is about. If you remember Demolition Man back in that movie, some of you will remember that back in the 90s. Demolition Man, they didn't have physical intercourse with anybody. They didn't have any of those things. What did they have? Everything was done VR. They said, exchanging bodily fluids? That's disgusting. That's so, we're so over that. We've evolved from that. Well, you're going to have a bunch of, I'm going to talk about this in a message called, in a radio show called The Future of Fornication. AI and the future of fornication. But one of the things that's going on right now is you have all these kids that are escaped. They have no reality. You have a bunch of kids that are growing up online. They're Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and YouTube and all these other things, but they don't have reality. Okay, their reality is their perception. It's not really what's here. Okay, and they are. There's an article that just came out, and it says that sex is down among teens in New York, like 30% down or something like that. And everybody's like, oh, yay, that's great. No, they're getting it online. They've traded it in for the online life of video games, of Snapchat, of Twitter. Well, not Twitter so much, but the other newer things that are out there. They're trading it in for a virtual life. They're saying, yeah, I don't have to fornicate that way. I can just see it. So they're watching online pornography and they're fulfilling their lust that way. But they're still fornicating. It's still fornication. That's what they're doing. But that's their new reality. Okay? That's what they're doing. It's how it's working. So everything is changing towards that. Everything is changing the perception of reality, of physical contact. And guess what else it's doing? It's changing the way people communicate. Don't communicate with your wife and children about how you love them in intimate relationships online. Go talk to them. Have a conversation with them. Live life. Be real. Touch them. Love them. Care for them. Okay? Affectionately, properly, biblically. Okay? Not this fake online communicate. If you got to overly express your relationship and communicate with your wife through Facebook like that, I don't mean like joking and saying things and posting pictures of the kids and praising God for your wife. And I'm not talking about any of that stuff. Well, I do that too. That's all of God. We're supposed to bless and have that type of spirit. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like actually communicating serious. Do you really think that if I had something serious to communicate to my wife or children, I'm going to go on Facebook and do it? Or YouTube or Twitter or whatever? That's not reality, folks. It's not reality. It's fake. But it's where Zuckerberg and all these people want you to move to. I use Facebook as a ministry and thousands of sermons have been put on there and everything else, and it's been great. But you know what? When I'm going to communicate with people I love, I'm going to go talk to them. I'm going to call them on the phone. I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to have a relationship with them. I'm going to meet them. I'm going to be in person with them. I'm not going to do it through Facebook. But this is where everything's going, to this virtual reality, this artificial intelligence that's predicting everything. That's where it's going. That's the next step. That's the next phase, to get you all the way out of reality and get you into virtual reality, get you into online reality, this fake reality that's not there, and to merge you with the machine. That's what it's all about. To kill any personalization. So we're all just a bunch of people fighting each other online and being enemies. And it's not real. It's not a real discussion. It's not real contact. It's not real debate. It's not real life. Listen, real life is suffering with people and going through things and heartache and pain and loving them and putting your arm around them and caring for them and praying for them and abiding in a local church with them and doing all those things with them and taking care of your family and loving your wife and children. And all those things. That's real life. But this stuff online is not real life like that, okay? trying to communicate through that and act like that's a complete communication. Like people, if they get in a discussion with you, they expect you to listen. I have teachings that are an hour long, 2 hours long, 3 hours long. I'm not going to type into comments of a whole teaching like that. It's ridiculous. I'm not going to defend my faith like that through there like that. I have those teachings online. There are people that are producers and there are people that are arguers. I choose by God's grace to be a producer, not an arguer. I'm not going to sit and argue on Facebook. I'm not. I've already studied these things, and I'll continue to study these things, but I'm not going to be an arguer like that. That's not reality. It's not real. What you see on Facebook 9 times out of 10 is not real life with people. It just isn't. It's not who they really are. A lot of these people are stuck in pornography, stuck in inordinate affections. They're not loving their family like they should. They're not loving their wives like they should, not loving people like they should. But they have this super Christian personification on there. And with artificial intelligence, with AI, with virtual reality, you can invent your own reality there. But that's not real. Go live life today. Go be real today and go live life today. Live for Jesus Christ every day. Be a witness for him. Love people. Care for them. And preach the truth. Use it for what it's worth on a platform basis. But understand it's not a complete form of communication. It's not real. It's not real life. Go live real life with people. If you're the type of person that all your communication is online, get out of your house and go talk to somebody. Don't live your life on a computer screen. Go out and live life, love people, care for people. People need that touch, they need that feel, they need that love, they need that communication, they need that care. That's real life. We are not virtual reality machines. We are not the Singularity. We are not merging ourselves with a machine, okay? And calling that reality. God's people are different. Don't fall for that garbage. Have a good day. Amen. Go talk to somebody. Go love somebody.